some of these things that I'm going to go through with you now, which are things to watch out for when you start a relationship next time. These are some of the things that you need to look out for in order to avoid getting into a toxic relationship again. When you start to date somebody again, one of the things I suggest that you look out for, and also you watch in your own behavior, is what some experts call love bombing. You know, on the surface, this feels really nice. You know, it's when that person, the other person is like right there and they are telephoning you, or they are, telling you, that they really like you, or they are, it can look exciting, it can look flourishing. But for example, if they're wanting to see you every single day, and they want to go to your house all the time, and be in constant contact with you, and they get into a bit of a panic when they don't contact you. So for example, guys, if there's a woman and she starts to get shirty with you because you haven't messaged her back, or made another date straight away, that might be a sign to be careful. And equally, women, if the guy is suddenly like going to right in your face and he's wanting to see you every day and he wants to move in with you, watch out. That's not jealousy. Some jealousy is a little bit of jealousy is okay, but an excessive amount of jealousy is a sign of a toxic relationship. A healthy relationship, it involves trust. When you've got jealousy, then it's an indication that the person is a little bit insecure. And so what that can look like is, for example, if the person is like scrolling through your social media a lot, or arguing with you a lot about past relationships, talking about past relationships a lot, or accusing you of sleeping with somebody maybe that you're not sleeping with, or flirting with somebody that you're not interested in. All those sorts of things could be signs to watch out. Keeping a scorecard, like bringing up past issues. Once you get into a relationship, it's like the person says to you, yeah, but last year you did X, Y, and Z, or 2 weeks ago you were this. And then that becomes a source of argument rather than the present time, what's going on in the present. Because ideally what you want to do is when you have a difference of opinion in your relationship, you want to be able to clear that. Either you both come to some kind of agreement, or you agree to disagree and accept, okay, that you've got different views on it. And then you're able to get on with your lives without worrying about it. I'm not a big fan of some of our royal family members. However, there was a certain interview that I did watch on the television, which maybe some of you also watched, between one of the sons of one of our big royals and his girlfriend, or his wife now. But actually, well, there was one thing that he said. And they were discussing about how they were going to decorate the garden or something for a party. And so it was Harry who said to Meghan, he said, do you think we need to do such and such and such? And she said, yeah, we can do that. And he said, that was so easy. This is what I like about our relationship. So whatever you think about the royal family, actually having a relationship, and these two particular members of the royal family, having a relationship where things happen easily is actually a sign of a healthy relationship. Oh, this one I think is so important to understand. When you're in a toxic relationship, what can happen is that your partner gets hurt or is suffering in some way, and he or she blames you. So maybe they have a physical condition, maybe they have had a disappointment, and then they take that out on you because they are feeling fed up. This pattern implies that your life is controlled by the other person's emotional wellness. And this, over a period of time, builds up resentment. Ultimately, we have to be responsible for our own emotional state and not let other people affect us. And, in a toxic relationship, what can happen is that there is a lot of drama, and that can make it quite difficult for us to maintain our homeostasis. So you want me to give you some examples? Okay, let's give you some examples. So, maybe your partner isn't very well physically. They've got a cold, they've got COVID, they're, something like that. And they turn around and yell at you. That would be a very obvious example. Another example would be that there are just unnecessary dramas all the time. There's like, and they're going to criticize you and have digs at you for not having done certain behaviors, or for having done certain, maybe you spoke out at a party or an event and they didn't like that, or maybe and so then the withdrawal can also be a way of trying to control your partner by closing down and not sharing. So there's no real resolution. There's being unavailable. Your partner can be completely unavailable. There's so many signs. Stonewalling, that I would call that one. Then not having your boundaries respected. So that can be it can be something as simple as no, I don't want to go out tonight, I'm feeling really tired, to, well, I need to go out tonight, I need you to go out tonight, I need you to do this. And so they haven't respected that you have said that actually you're really tired. Or there's so many examples actually. And a lot of these things are because what's happening is that the balance of power is shifting. And quite often the person who is you're in the toxic relationship with is controlling, and you are getting lower and lower down in self-confidence, lower and lower down. And so this is why I'm saying, notice what makes you feel happy. Because when you start to go out with somebody again, you want to feel good when you're around them. If you start to feel drained, exhausted, they're taking a lot of your energy. If your financial state is also affected, that can happen in a relationship, where one of you, their financial situation starts to get better, yours starts to get worse. So that might be something that's happened to some of you. Also, how interested is your potential partner in the people in your life, in the things in your life that are important to you? Is it all about them? Do they interrupt you in conversations a lot? Because what's happening is they are slowly stripping away your self-esteem. And then, of course, you've got these are emotional forms of abuse. And unfortunately, in toxic relationships, things can escalate to a point where there is physical abuse, but that's I'm not going to talk about that today. So those are some of the things that I think you need to look out for in future relationships.